Hey, this is Matt once again. What you're about to see in the videos is a paid request for Kevin. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topic, review, playthrough of a video game, a tier list, a ranking, a reaction, a commentary, a re-review, whatever, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And this is for What's with Andy, Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2, which I'd never heard of this cartoon. It's loosely based on this guy. I had to reread the name. Andy Griffiths. Not Andy Griffith from, Opie Taylor, like his dad. No, not that Andy Griffith. There's an Australian guy named Andy Griffiths, which I guess he had this book series called Just, with an exclamation point. Never heard of any of that. I guess this was on Canada Teletoon. Guess that's the Canadian channel. Well, I read that apparently there's some bits maybe on Fox Kids, but the most I could find was Canada Teletoon channel, which we don't have that in the States, Teletoon. This is specifically a Canadian joint. And there were 3 seasons to the cartoon. And what's with Andy, pretty much it's about, what age would he be? Teen? Probably still in high school, about 16, 15. Anyway, named Andy, who loves to play pranks. He calls himself a practical joke artist. And it seems like each episode is kind of him playing a specific prank, and how he gets one over on whoever he's pranking, or how he succeeds in his prank. Seems like just a very weird idea for a cartoon show, where it just seems very flimsy plot wise. And then I did not hate these 2 episodes. It was the first 2. I didn't hate them. I thought the voice acting was fairly serviceable. It didn't have too many juvenile jokes. It wasn't annoying or anything. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the plots are pretty flimsy. But thank goodness the episode are only 20-some minutes long. The animation, it reminds me a bit of maybe the cartoons like Recess or other shows. Not quite Ed, Ed, and Eddie, but I'm not sure how to talk about the cartoon style of the animation. Yeah, I don't think it was bad or anything. But I will admit there is some creativity in a way where there are times throughout these episodes where he'll pause everything, like these exact words from Saved by the Bell. Like the first episode, he's dancing in a dress during a school party, and a guy's ready to kiss him. He's like, "Stop." Again, like Zach Morris was Saved by the Bell. And he gets out of it, he's kind of talking about what's going on and how he got in this situation. And actually, let me tell you what happened before this event. So in episode 1's case, he loves playing pranks. He's mimicking his sister, repeating everything she says and does. And I think it went on for like 12 hours. And his buddy says, "Wow, you must have broken a record." But then he decides to do 24 hours. So the sister reminds him there's a dance tonight. I'm going to wear my great pink dress, strapless. And he freaks out about that. But then he's determined to have these pranks succeed. Now, granted, it's not for any monetary reason. It's not really for any public recognition. Because by the end, he does admit that it's a prank, but he gives the blame, or in this case, the credit, to his sister. Even his buddy asks, "Well, wait a minute, how come you didn't take the credit?" "Oh, it's not about that. We know. You and me, we both know." I guess he's just really bored. I don't know, he's just really bored. which I'm sitting there going, I don't know, video games or movies or jerking off or something is a lot better of your time, but I mean, whatever. Now, and like I said, to mimic it, he does steal one of his sister's dresses to the dance to mimic her, and pretend to be a girl at the dance. And I think this was, what, 2001 when this came out? Some of the line readings I didn't mind. There's a thin line between genius and madness. Beat that line. There are times where he'll say something and then it kind of goes into his mind, where it's more just black and white and the animation is more like squibbles. So it's like a different animation, more antiquated, rough animation. Idea no color. So I kind of like that there's a difference between kind of we go into his mind as he tries to rationalize something and it pulls out. We see the character. I like that the sister says the line, "Not so fast, Miss Doubtfire." And pretty much like during the dance, he's just trying to pretend to be this girl to do this prank to mimic his sister and piss her off. To a point that the football captain who his sister likes, takes a liking to him, not knowing that he's a girl. And pretty much his buddies going around the party asking girls, but he's too nervous to do anything. At one point, stuff's falling out and his dress is falling apart. So he tries to go in the boys' room. "Hey, how's it going?" Tries to go in the girls' room. And then rushes in. Tries to escape through the window. But there's people out there. When he gets back in, there's the girl he has a crush on. He has to fake it, being this girl. Goes back out. The guy grabs her/him more for this dance until ultimately, like, the sister tries to give him crap. But he's like, "Oh, really? You don't know anything about me." Takes the wig and stuff off. "Great job, sis. This is a great prank we pulled on them." Puts all the blame on her. At the end, like, the girl he has a crush on kind of like mocks him for being juvenile. He's standing there with his boxers with bunnies on. He's like, "By the way, 2 boxers. I think my baby brother has boxers like that." She walks away. It's like, "She said cute. She said the word cute." "Yeah, but yeah, she said cute. I didn't go after her." You sure you want to keep going in your boxers?" Oh, good point. So, like I said, the humor is not juvenile like you would think with a kids cartoon. It's not adult, it's not mature or anything, but it's kind of in that middle playing field. And like I said, it wasn't irritating, it wasn't annoying. But the lead character is just a bit confusing as to, like, why. I mean, I guess that's just his trait. He's just so addicted to doing these pranks and jokes that even though this would not benefit him at all, he just decides to keep doing it. I guess just to make his sister mad, I guess. I don't know. So it's a bit of a weird way to start things, and that's how the show starts. And in episode 2, pretty much him and his friend are invited to his crush's party. Actually, it starts out with them at cafeteria, and the boys pick on the 2 kids, and our lead, Andy, goes, "Oh, you did have my lunch." But he put a balloon in there, so when the bully hits it to try to, with the fork, it blasts in his face. I don't know why the bully didn't go up and immediately beat the shit out of him. But he didn't. So again, him and his buddy are invited to his girl's house. And he promised not to play pranks. And the buddy's pissed off. And I'm like, what? Do you want to be the kid's boyfriend? Why do you care? Sometimes in these 2 episodes, the buddy was like, "Are you sure you guys aren't boyfriends or not?" Because sometimes you act like you're his boyfriend and you're jealous or something, or mad or something, hissy fit or something. Get a tampon or something. But he's mad that the Andy's not doing pranks, especially it's April Fool's Day, but he promised. And then pretty much throughout the rest of the episode, fine, we won't do a prank, but we'll do, like, here's some marshmallows. 1 gooey chewy. Okay, fine. 2 gooey chewy. Oh yeah? 3 gooey chewy. I guess whoever stuffs the most marshmallows in, and we can't stuff any more, then the other person wins. And that's pretty much what it is for the whole episode. And I guess some shows can work with flimsy plots. Beavis and Butthead. Oh, there's a fly. They go fight a fly. But a lot of those are pretty short, like 5 minutes, because you have like 2, 3 of them, as well as music videos, in a span of 20 minutes. This is the full 20 minutes with a kind of a flimsy plot. And throughout it's either these predicaments of they're stuffing marshmallows, but they don't want them to know, because he promised. Even though it's not a prank. Which, why don't you just tell them, we're not doing a prank, we're just doing a dare. Here, we'll leave you guys alone and we'll do this prank and get done with it. Because you can't just go somewhere, just finish it, and then go along with the party. Like, go to a room, whatever. So what I mean by predicaments, when she asks him to taste his pizza, he hesitates and ultimately does eat the pizza along with the marshmallows. Which, I don't know, pizza and marshmallows. That sounds like it. The old Ninja Turtles cartoon, pizza and marshmallows. Oh, he spits it out to talk to the girl, but then she's like, let me read your palm. No, I need your other palm. Okay. Oh, they're trying to find the rest of the marshmallows, but the doll licked it. So they take it, and they still keep doing it, even though the doll licked it. So even though the doll has licked the marshmallow, even though he put it in his pocket and there's hair on it, he still puts it in. Surprised he didn't choke for his stupidity. So then they play him spin the bottle, he sneezes, it gets on a couple people's faces. They get mad, but the Crush is like, well, I'll stop being mad tomorrow. I mean, I don't really care about those people, I just thought it would look good on a college resume type of thing. I think there's like the girl's dad or someone starts playing Gooey Chewy with these 2 kids, and they start it all over again. So that's the plot of that one. And again, I have no issues with the voice acting or the animation, at least for me. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like I said, at least there's nothing that irritating that was like groan-worthy in terms of very adolescent humor or very juvenile humor or, you know, fart jokes. Jokes that I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's appropriate. Just him wearing a dress is, I just say is more innocent than if you did that today. It'd be some kind of political motif. And if you don't want to buy it, it's transphobic or whatever the hell the rationale will be nowadays. Like I said, it wasn't bad. But at the same time, like I said, the plots are pretty flimsy. Obviously, it's only 2 episodes, but you know, I don't really give much of a gist of what the other characters are like. And it's not like they do other stuff among the plays, so you get to know the characters. It's mainly, here's the prank, and this is what the rest of the story's about. That's first and foremost. So, if you're going to know, or you think you don't know, at least based on these 2 episodes, you don't know really much about the other characters. And like I said, episode 2 is not really him playing a prank, it's just doing this thing, gooey chewy. And like I said, it was harmless. It was harmless. It was fine. But I said it's pretty flimsy, and I don't know if there's really much in terms of wit. Other than, again, when Zaborstar, he stops time to talk to the viewer. Or, again, when we enter his mind and there's different animation. I like those parts were neat. Where there's at least a little bit of creativity. So, I don't think it was bad. I didn't think it was a bad piece of business. It's on YouTube for free. So you definitely give it a look if you want. And yeah, I didn't mind it. But I could kind of understand why I never heard of it before either. But it was harmless, so I would say again, just like everything I review or talk about, give it a look. Watch the first episode for 5 minutes, and then you'll figure out whether you want to see more or not. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.